impulses are being redirected. We are living in an artificially induced state of consciousness that resembles sleep.
Oh, goddamn hacker, that second damn night that asshole's cut in.
All right, boys and girls, it is time for the next episode of The Brothers Hack the Matrix. All right, boys and girls, welcome aboard. It's time for The Brothers Hack the Matrix. I'm your host, JoesAtmosfere, and as usual, I am joined by There Can Be Only One, the Hylunder. What's going on, rock and roll fiend? Mr. Special Effects, Mr. High Tech Warrior.
Yeah.
Show off the axe real quick since I got you zoomed in, man.
This is the Epiphone Zach Wild signature. Man, this right here, I think I'm going to put this up on the wall, dude, because it's actually it's worth a little bit of cash. It's got the old 8185s, the EMGs, the active pickups. It's a beautiful machine. It rocks, dude. It's no doubt.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I don't play it because I just don't play it.
Yeah, I hear you.
You know,
well, when you got that diamond, you know, you tend to just polish it. You don't really, you don't tear it up, dude. You don't tear it up. Yeah.
Yeah, I got this one. I've got the camo bullseye, and I've got the buzzsaw.
Yeah.
Just 3 signature guitars, all by Epiphone, and they're all worth up of $5,000 a piece now. You know, you could buy these things. I bought this in 2010 for $650.
Yeah.
And now it's worth well over $5,000. So
wow, bro, that's
yeah.
Look, yeah, okay. Just remember, Dan owns a gun. Don't go to his house. Okay, don't be going looking for that guitar. All right. Let's say hi to the chat before we go any further tonight. Of course, we all know who the first one always is in every time.
What's that guy's name?
I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure we know his name, but
some call him.
It's something. I'm not sure what it is. It's something like.
There are some who call me Tim.
Yeah, you know this Tim, man. He was the first one in tonight. And my good buddy, Christian Delorme, good to see you.
Bonjour, everybody. Bonjour.
Glad to see you made it home in one piece. He says, say hello to my little friend. Wookie's here. He says, what's up? Let's see. Heard Fall Guy was good. You're going to hear our review of it tonight. Both of us have seen it. And Christian says he is the first like. And he also says something that both me and Daniel agree with. Fuck the Leafs. That's right. Screw them.
That's right.
He also says you got a great riff there, Dan. And he says you're a fellow trucker. Did you like the picture he sent of that T-shirt he wore the first night? Did you see it? Because you never really commented on it. And he was wondering what you thought of it.
Very cool. Very cool.
And Wookie thinks your guitar is sick, bro.
Sick.
Let's see. A joke for Daniel. Why do women prefer sleeping with truckers instead of YouTubers or MPs? We always back up before unloading.
There you
What's
go.
up?
Beep, beep.
Oh, man. Okay, look. Dude, does he have to get on me like this?
Yo, 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 yo.
We know what time
Yo, what
it
is your
boss.
poison tonight, bro?
Relax, man. Oh, yeah. Before we get further, yes, you know what my poison is. It is the virus of unknown origin.
King,
Why? Because I'm really a puss at heart. Christian was commenting on my drinking style too. He was like, "Man, don't you finish drinks?" I was like, dude, you're not going to peer pressure me into drinking, okay? It's not going to happen. I know myself. I know my limitations. And my brother would be the first one to tell you what I told you is true. I will want to fight everybody in the room if I have one too many.
He's got to temper his drinking habits because he is definitely Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde there. Yeah, he turns into a whole different person.
I don't let people tell me how to drink, man. I drink to get my little buzz, and I'm good. But anyway, boys and girls, you know what this always starts with. It's the top of the heap, man. You know, we got to check out what's going on big time in the news nationally, and we all know what the top always is.
Eject! 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 Fire on the flight deck. This business will get out of control. It'll get out of control and we'll be lucky to live through it.
Yeah, we always start with the Ukraine, boys and girls. We got two conflicts going on right now. Only one seems to be simmering down, but this one isn't.
No.
Ukraine war briefing. 3 Ukrainian regions attacked as Zelensky says Russian Su-25 bombers shot down. It's just a he said, she said thing. But the important thing you need to see here is what we know as of day 802.
Yeah, 802. Just real quick, I saw an article about the Ukrainian war. One of the bones of contention for the, because there are talks, going on in the background, is Ukraine entering NATO, and the underlying thing seems to be if they choose to be neutral and not join NATO, that may get this war over. That may allow Russia to remove its troops, knowing that it would have a neutral business partner on its border instead of having a NATO nation. So that may be the gateway to. I know the Biden administration has promised them that they'd become part of NATO and blah blah blah, but they may at the end of the day go with that neutrality just to get out of that war.
They're saying that, but at the same time, I don't think they're really behind those words. I think they're dragging their feet with that. And we've talked about it before.
NATO?
That Biden is pushing, that Biden is saying, yes, we'll back you as a NATO partner, but I don't think he's really in a hurry to do that. We've talked about this several times. To me, it's all a money laundering front, man. To me, it has been for years.
If you look at the money that we're sending over there, you know who's bought a lot of our debt and that we're borrowing money from?
Yeah.
China.
Yeah.
So they're winning on both ends.
Well, and then you've got all
they're loan sharking us, and then they're selling arms to freaking Russia. They're banking over there. I mean, that's ridiculous that we've allowed to get ourselves in this position.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's crazy to me.
Let's see. Our good friend from across the pond, Henry, over there in the UK. He says, "Hail Joe, I can't stay for the stream. I got to get up early tomorrow. Hope the stream goes well."
Well, thanks for dropping by, Henry.
Give us a watch tomorrow, buddy, on the replay. Me and Danny are always going to have a good time. I love my brother to death, and I love hanging out with him. But let's continue with these articles about what's going on over there right now. Thousands of Russian soldiers deserting army. Kiev says, according to this, Ukraine's military intelligence agency, HUR. Boy, that's an interesting name for an intelligence. HUR. Okay. Said Monday the troops under Russia's southern military district, deployed to fight in the war are increasingly deserting their posts. Whoa, man. We've heard this before, though. That, I mean, at the outset of this, if you remember, if you guys have been watching the show, we've been covering this every week since it started. And there at the beginning, there was a lot of military-age young men bailing. Yeah, right. You have to excuse his internet hiccup tonight. It's
so bad. I apologize to everybody.
But there was a lot of young military-age men bailing for the borders, getting the hell out of Russia because they didn't want to fight in this thing. And so that's not surprising to see. We also have this one. Blaze engulfs oil refinery deep inside Russia after Ukrainian drone strike. Now, the thing that scares me about this one, boys and girls, if you've read the books Red Storm Rising, you know why this one disturbs me. That's the catalyst in that book for World War III, was a refinery going up in Russia. It was their main refinery in the book, though. I don't know, Dan, have you ever read that one?
No, I have not. I was just waiting for you to expound on that because I have not.
Well, the whole premise in that book, and that's why I flagged that one to clue people in about it. I mean, Tom Clancy writes books that are fictional, but it's kind of scary because when I read it, and it was back in the 80s and the late 80s that he wrote this book. What happens is it's Muslim extremists. Now, anybody that knows the Russian people knows that they are devout Christians and they suppress every other religion in Russia, no doubt. And Muslim extremists did this in the book. And what they did was they found out that this was in the middle of summer with winter fixing to come on, and they were going to lose like 30% of the population because they lost the heat and oil. And so they decided to go, what they did was they decided to blow up their own Politburo and make it look like East Germany did it. Now, this takes place before the wall fell. Okay, it's an old book. But they do this, to make it look like East Germany does it. I think it's East Germany. Yeah.
Kind of like when that theater got shot up by those, what was like 4 special ops kind of guys. And
yeah,
they blame the Ukrainian people, but I think that was a staged thing myself.
Right. So anyway, they start basically fighting between East and West Germany, right? NATO starts activating because you know what the wall was like back then. And they start fighting there. Meanwhile, they start moving their ground troops into the Middle East to take the oil. That's what the whole premise of that book is. Yeah. And so when I saw that friggin' headline, I was like, oh shit, that's not good, man. They're not gonna like it too much if they lose oil, you know what I mean? So yeah. But hey, I'm just praying that they just stop this thing pretty soon. And to your point, I don't think they should let them into NATO until this is over with.
Yeah, there may be some linkage later on. I mean, like the Cuban Missile Crisis. If you pull out now, 6 months later, can
you get mad at the Russians? Can you get mad at them for having a NATO country right next door? Yeah, I mean, it's
so that might be the gateway to get out of this war. If they can get that thing settled. So
make sure they're neutral, and Zelensky doesn't want to be. That's for sure. He wants to be in NATO. Let's see. This one comes from the Jerusalem Post. Now, this is from the other skirmish going on the other side of the planet. Yeah. 2 wounded in the latest rocket barrage to Kiryat Zamna. This is in Israel. Apparently, Hamas attacked Israel again.
30 missiles were launched, and a couple got through, and so there were some injured. No fatalities, but some people got injured.
Yeah.
Direct strikes in some buildings and shrapnel and whatnot. So, it's still a back and forth thing. I mean, that's the thing about Hamas and all. You never know when they're going to strike, and but they still have the capability, right?
Right.
They still have the capability, and who's allowing them? Who's funding that? Who's arming them? All the money, right? So
that would, we know who's arming them. Meanwhile, back home, we've got more stuff on the universities. Columbia University protesters taken into custody after police enter the campus. Here's what we know. And I showed this article just to let you know, hey, they're starting to figure out that some of these people actually aren't students. They're instigators, and they're moving these people off of campus. So they're getting them out of there. And you can't get mad at the cops for this, man. They want it's not a free speech thing. If you've got people instigating this stuff, paid instigators, then they have to get out of there.
Well, and that's where the left has it over the right. The left is well organized, and they've got people ready to go at the moment's notice. They're well funded, and I mean, I'm all for freedom of speech. I'm all for civil. If you want to protest, common area, as long as you're not stopping businesses, as long as you're not putting people in danger. Yeah. And if you want to protest, rock and roll. People have died for you to do that, and have that right. But
that's right.
When you start getting out of control and violent and stopping business and putting people in harm's way, then you got to go. So
I need to clip Michael Douglas at the end of the movie, The American President. Have you ever seen that movie, Dan? It's kind of a romantic comedy, but his speech at the end of that is awesome. He said, freedom isn't easy. You're going to have to fight for it. He says, you want to celebrate free speech? Celebrate the fact that you can have somebody at center stage spouting stuff that makes your blood boil, and let him do it. You know what I mean?
Freedom's a scary thing, man. I mean,
that's it.
It is what it is. So, but there has to be a civil society, you can do the protest, but still got to be civil. We can't be like freaking,
right.
Just monsters out there. Just
right. And I've heard people comparing this to Kent State. I'm like, no, guys, you don't know the context at all. These people that got shot at Kent State back in the 60s weren't agitating shit. They were just having a sit-in, and they didn't like it. Yeah, it was
time.
Yeah, totally different thing. Yeah.
Yeah, thumbing their noses against a very powerful.
Was it 1970 that happened? I thought it was in the 60s, but it was a long time ago, Tim.
We had presidents to warn us about the the military complex and the money that it generates, and even our
Eisenhower warned us of it when he left.
Top leaders saw that coming. So
speaking of leaders in offices, my state representative looks like he may be looking for a job pretty soon. The ultimate Karen, Margorie Taylor Greene, makes her move to oust the Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson. Now, I've talked with my brother.
How long has he been Speaker? Like over the weekend?
Not long, right? Over the weekend. Exactly, right?
I mean, gee whiz. That's the other thing, that the right is not, they're not lockstep. The left is lockstep.
That's the thing. You've got the rhinos versus the Trump loyalists, and that's what we're seeing here. Marjorie Taylor Greene is a MAGA person all the way, and Mike isn't. And I'm seeing some stuff out of Mike I don't like. He's helping get past some money's going different places I really don't like. So but at the same time, you can't keep changing the Speaker every 2 weeks. You can't do that.
Well, that's the black eye that the Republican Party is facing now, because their leadership is just in disarray. And how can you hitch your wagons to a horse that's just dying in front of you? So it's the Republican Party. It just doesn't look like it's together at all. So
that's why a lot of people that are conservative don't call themselves Republicans. I'm a registered Republican. I'll say I am.
I'm a registered independent.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, but a lot of people that are Republicans will just say I'm a conservative. They won't say they're Republicans. You know what I mean? But Christian says, the more I see Joe, the more I like him. All you Rivers and folks are great people. Thanks a lot, bro.
Muchas gracias.
We definitely appreciate it, Christian. Let's see. Tim says, I think the story about Kent State was the National Guard were not trained right, and they hear the protesters may have had guns and bombs and firecrackers went off. And it was a bad time.
A lot of misinformation went on that thing. And you're talking about young people on both sides of that. Military young people that are charged to They feel patriotic and they think they're doing the right thing. And when they're given bad information, this is what happens, And young people lost their lives. It was unfortunate.
It was a shame. It really was.
Black eye in our country will never be.
Yo.
Dude, do you have to step on my brother like that, man? Look,
You don't care, dude. He's a producer, man.
I know he don't. He's back
like
there talking
Daniel
about.
There it is.
He said it's time for the jockstrap. Damn it! Enough of this bullshit. We got a lot of sports to talk about, boys and girls. Yes, we do. It's a different kind of millionaire. They're out there trying to make their presence known by their superior athletic prowess.
Jake the Snake with the recovery. The placeholder getting the pigskin right in the face.
But the best one is the guy draining the threes, bro.
Dude, look at this.
I mean, look at the form, dude.
The form is just spot on.
He's doing stuff out there you can't coach, Daniel. He's doing stuff out there you can't coach.
You got to guard that guy. You can't just let him be out there by himself.
Well, first story, I couldn't help but laugh. ESPN host slams LeBron James after Lakers fire head coach. Take accountability, he says. Which host was this for ESPN, by the way?
Wilbon.
Oh, Mike Wilbon. Well, that's even better because Wilbon's no bullshit. That's awesome. That is fantastic, man.
He is friends with the coach that did get fired, but still in all, LeBron James, his fingerprints are all over the player acquisitions, the coaching acquisitions. I mean, he's running the show over there.
That's with every franchise he's been with. Yeah. About the only one that
last year the Lakers didn't even make the playoffs, and this year they did make the playoffs. So, I mean, you got to say right away they trended in the right direction, but he hangs everybody out to dry when they lose. Everybody.
Yeah, and it's what's funny to me is he has done this everywhere he's gone. You can't tell me that the Cleveland coach wasn't handpicked. About the only one that wasn't handpicked was Pat Riley with the Heat.
I'll tell you right
he's
now,
about the only one.
His head coach that was in Miami. That guy is still the head coach in Miami. Still there.
Yeah.
He's the only one that has coached LeBron James and still has his job.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Only one.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, it's crazy, man. That guy, if you're going to be, what did somebody say? If you're going to be the greatest coach, if you're going to be compared to others and be the greatest player ever, you might want to act like it, I mean,
win or lose, you gotta be the guy that take, this is on me. We win or we lose.
Right.
You're the front guy. And that's going to be his legacy.
Yeah.
His popular wine and his, win losses and titles. And yes.
Mm-hmm. Well, so the Lakers have been drummed out. The Nuggets are down to Minnesota in the second round by one game.
One game. I mean, that's just one.
We got the Thunder against the Mavericks in the second round.
Yep.
Dallas Mavericks made it to the second round. That's good stuff.
Mavericks moving on.
Celtics taking on LeBron's hometown Cavaliers. And we got the Pacers going to take on the Knicks.
Look, the Celtics down the stretch, man. If they can carry on they're like the Bruins of last year with all the wins that they had. They just looked unstoppable. If they can continue that trend through the playoffs, they're the team to beat.
Yeah. And that's the thing, the problem with
the thing.
You know the thing. You brought up the Bruins, man. That their legacy the last few years has been not being able to hold that lead in that series, right? And that all changed last night.
They got changed this year, but the Celtics, like the Bruins, even more so than the Bruins, the Celtics have had a good team for a while.
Yeah, they have. In the NBA, finished. Yes. I was at Libby when they started being the number one seed every year. Yeah, that was a few years ago, guys. Yeah.
So they need to finish. I mean, it's great to amass all
speaking of finishing
in the regular season, but
those same Boston Bruins, they got that monkey off their back last night in overtime in Game 7.
Look, that is a set play. I'm telling you right now, that's a set play.
Yeah.
He handed it off to Lynn
I just thought it was interesting that he shot it. He fired it into the corner knowing it was going to rebound right into that place right there.
Yes. That's a total set play is what that is. It's a total set play.
It was great.
As soon as he hands that puck off to Lindholm, he loops and gains speed because he knows where that puck is going. Yeah. Look at him.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was beautiful. Shit. When I saw that, I just lost my shit, dude. I'll be totally honest with you. Amazing.
I caught it right at the end last night. It was very cool. Let's see. What is Tim saying?
Look, Allmark started the series just real quick. Allmark, they've got two great goalies. And he got benched after game one. They went to Swayman after game one. And he's been playing the rest of that series. And you want to talk about lights out. The guy's, it's a brick wall back there. And I was glad to see them win because he has been just dominant in the goal.
Well, you saw at the end of that clip, it was the two goalies hugging each other, right? Yeah,
it's always them after wins. They get together and they hug. It's a big thing. But the Bruins are blessed to have two great number one goalies, and it would be a shame not to win it. At least one. That'd be a waste of two great goalies because they're not going to be able to keep them next year. One of them's going to have to go.
Mm-hmm.
They're lucky they kept them this year.
I was happy for you more than anything because I know you live and die with the friggin' Bruins. I don't follow hockey like my brother does, but when it comes this time of year, if the Bruins are in it, I usually don't watch it. But I was going to bed last night and we turned off what we were watching, and I happened to see that they were skating back out to the ice, coming down the tunnel, and it was Game 7 overtime. I said, "Oh shit!" I said, "Ron, go to bed. I got to watch the end of this and see what happens."
And if you looked at, they showed last year, right? Mm-hmm. First round, Boston goes up 3-1, and then they lose 3 in a row. Overtime,
were they up 3-0 on this
overtime.
One?
And it was going the same way. Overtime loss, and then here we are in overtime again.
Wow!
So it was a great goal, great read by Lindholm, set play, and that was just beautiful. As soon as he let that, because you could see Pastrnak looping and gaining speed, and he threw it in the corner. Holy shit, that's going to be right on the tape, man.
Well, I tell you, man, we got a chance at revenge now. We got a chance at revenge from last year's first round.
That Panther team
weren't the Panthers the 8th seed last year, and they ended up
last year they weren't. This year they're the number 1 seed.
Right. They ended up going to the finals last year, didn't they?
Yeah.
They lost. They're the ones that lost to Vegas, right?
Yeah.
So we need to get revenge. Yes, absolutely.
Look, those 4 teams that are left in the East, they're all tough. They are all tough.
The New York Rangers got a good team this year, do they?
Yes, and they're physical. They got that young guy that wants to fight everybody, and he's brought that back into hockey, man. It's beautiful.
What is it about the Northeast, man? They always play tough, dude.
Hard. Ice, cold, nasty.
Everything. Yeah, they do. That's nothing finesse about teams like Boston and New York, no doubt about it. But the Hurricanes are no joke. They're going to be hard to get past. And then
look, we got 2 Canadian teams still in the playoffs.
Yeah. Yeah, we got, and they're going up against each other, Vancouver and Edmonton.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we're going to have a Canadian team in the Western Conference Final.
Yeah, for sure. Yep. And then, what is the series at with Dallas and the Golden Knights?
3-3, Game 7 tonight.
3-3, Game 7 tonight. Well, I might have to check that out tonight, just to check out some hockey.
Puck drop at 7 o'clock.
Yep. Lady V Elements is here to say hi to us. It's good to see you. But yeah, that's the NHL, and I'm just really happy for my brother, for Pope Metallicus the First. He's from Boston. He's a good friend of ours. That's a streamer, and he's a big Boston fan. So yeah, let's hope they go at least
get it done. We've had a good team since the 2010 team won the cup.
They've been in it every year.
Yeah. We need to go ahead and get that cup, man, because I think you're going to lose some players after this season, so. They got to make their run. To get out of that first round is big for Boston.
And Ariel Ballet is here too. What's up? Homeless Joe. If it isn't Homeless Joe, when did you get a computer? I haven't been homeless. I don't know where you get that from, girlfriend. Also, in other news in the jockstrap, we got the Cowboys in the news. Ezekiel Elliott officially returning to the Dallas Cowboys.
Cowboys are all in.
They're all in. They're
bringing back Zeke.
Bring back Zeke. Yeah.
I don't know what to say about that. Offseason. Bringing back Ezekiel Elliott. That's what's up.
Okay, that's why you gave me that. Henry. I forgot. A Saints fan gave me that headline. Okay.
Yeah, man.
Okay, so let's see. Oh yeah, guys, check this out. Jake Paul says Mike Tyson is the one who requested a professional bout. I'm going to fucking put him out. He
There you go.
says.
There you
Well,
go.
hey, more power to you, man. I just hope
He's
that
pumping up the fight. That's
he
all he's
is.
doing.
I'm not
Pumping.
buying this thing. I mean, I'm a huge Mike Tyson fan, but I'm not buying this thing.
I think
He's
the thing is sold out.
57 years old, man. Huh?
I think the thing is sold out in Jerry's world, and it's going to be on pay-per-view. People are going to watch it, and the more inflammatory it gets, the more people are going to want to watch it. So.
Yeah.
That's just
Tyson giving the creeps lately. Giving the
Yep.
creeps. Oh, don't let him give you the creeps, man. Tyson's a good guy.
Tyson's a good guy, he says.
Oh, I think he's a good guy.
That's the guy that went to prison for rape, right, dude?
He went to prison for rape, right?
Allegedly.
Yeah. Allegedly, because the Miss America pageant person came to his room at 3:00 in the morning
To get his autograph, dude.
to get his autograph. Yeah,
Come on
whatever.
now.
You cannot tell me that Robin Givens and friggin' whatever goofball with the big hair explosion is what's his
Don
name?
King?
Don King didn't put their heads together and get their hands on his money that way. I'm sorry. I don't even want to talk about it. Anyway, I'm glad.
You said what a humanitarian he was, so
Glad Mike can laugh at himself now. He's in a better mental
Sure.
state now than he has been a long time, and I'm a fan. So Lastly, in the jockstrap, we've got transgender track runner wins 2 women's events in which
It
race
sets records, dude.
would have been last place among men.
Yes, these are records that he set in the women's category. These are women's records. These are records, new records. But he would place last place in the men's category. It's not fair. I'm sorry, dude. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. It's not fair.
It's not
If
fair.
I had a daughter that trained her whole life to maybe go to the Olympics, whatever her sport of choice is, this is not fair.
Yeah,
give them their own category and let them. That's an even playing field.
That's right. That's right.
That's
Let
how I
all the
feel.
guys
I
that
don't
want
give a
to
shit. That's
whack
not
off their
politically
thing
correct, but that's not right.
and wear padded bras and act like they're women, let them all race each other. Leave the women alone. All they're doing is disrespecting every chick on the planet, man. They're saying we don't care about you.
Every lady on that has trained and trained and trained and trained and trained, and now knows when they get on the field, whatever their sport of choice is, if they're going up against a transgender, they don't have a chance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's all like Larry Bird says: who's playing for second place?
Yeah, that's it,
You're
man.
not going to win first. That's not fair.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Not fair.
Let's see. Bieber, Mike, teach me how to fight these industrial men killing me. Tyson, I'll teach you how to fight with them cheeks. You crazy girl. Okay. Look, boss, man, would you just he can't go 5 seconds.
Yo.
What? Okay, fine. We'll get on with the flicks, man.
Oh,
whatever you say.
Man, come on now, dude.
Whatever
That's
you say,
embarrassing.
bro.
He calls himself a fucking Jedi. Golden Diamond.
Yeah. Okay, look, he wasn't a Jedi when he had his hand cut off. How many times I got to tell you that, Daniel?
I don't care. He had a
He was in
freaking
training.
saber. He's supposed to be Jedi. And look at him. He lost his hand and his freaking saber. I mean, come on. That's embarrassing, bro. Oh, look at him. Looking all sad. You know what Luke gets? He gets 2 thumbs down.
Oh no, Dan, no, not 2 thumbs down. I had to pull you out of there that time, dude. No. He gets the thumbs down. No. And then he freezes. No, don't do it, Dan. Don't do it. He's freezing. He's frozen. He'll be back soon, though, boys and girls. Let's check out the box office results for this weekend, shall we, boys and girls? Check it out. The Fall Guy was number 1 with $28.5 million. $28.5 million. And when he gets back in here, we're going to give you our review of it. But look what number 2 was, because yesterday was May the 4th be with you. Number 2 was the first prequel Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. It made 8 million this weekend. And then Challengers was number 3 with 7. Terra, which is a horror show, was number 4 with 6.5 million. And then Godzilla still hanging on to the 5th rung there. But look, these numbers, there's not many people going to the theaters, guys. There's not many people going to the theaters. And this is actual projections for the rest of the weekend is what this is. 28 million. It's not the greatest in the world, but I got to tell you, this movie was pretty good. It really was. I went and saw it yesterday with Foxy, and I got to tell you, I enjoyed it. I thought it was really cool, man. It didn't take itself too seriously, but at the same time, it wasn't stupid, you know? And there he is. The Highlander has returned. He has returned.
I feel like the guys at NASA trying to troubleshoot the systems, man, and get us back in flight, you know? So bad.
It's okay though, bro. It's all right. It's just busy at your house today. But it was funny, but it wasn't stupid. It wasn't a check your brain at the door thing, because it had some surprises in it that, you know, I didn't see coming.
It was a good story. A lot of old school stunts. Really entertaining movie. Yeah. Really happy that we went and saw that. That's actually a movie I may go see again in the theater.
And that's what a lot of people are saying, that they're going to go see it again. Yeah.
Really fun. Really fun movie.
Yeah. But, you know, you saw the numbers we put up there. Nobody's going to the theaters right now. This was number 1, and Phantom Menace, the first Star Wars, not the first Star Wars movie, but the first chapter of the Star Wars, you know, episodic movies, was number 2 this week with 8.5, actually straight up 8 million. So yeah, not a lot of people going to the theater, but if you want to see something that's going to look good in the theater, go see this thing, man.
I'll tell you what else is affecting people going to the theater. Don't discount fuel prices, inflation. I mean, people just don't have a lot of disposable money anymore.
Yep.
You know, so
that's for sure. That's absolutely sure. But I tell you what, if Ryan Gosling keeps putting out movies like this, dude, you know, he's fixing to be the next big guy in Hollywood, no doubt about it.
You and I talked before our pregame or pre-show that as far as Wolverine goes, I mean, he's a guy that could pick up that mantle and play that character, I think.
Yeah, playing Wolverine. Yeah, we got something coming up here in the flicks about that too. Let's get to this one first, though. Sony Pictures. Apollo offer to buy Paramount Global for $26 billion in cash. Sony and Apollo are looking to link up and get them. They made them an offer this week, and no response to it yet, but we'll see what happens. It's going to be interesting to see who gets it. Let's see what we got going on here. Lady V says, I've heard good things about the Barbie movie, but I can't help but see the patterns of fluffer films. Oh God, girl. And fully believe Barbie was a fluffer for the fall guy. Okay, man.
Not the fluffer.
She's a maniac. She's a maniac. This girl is nuts. But I love her to death. Lady V is great. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see who gets their hands on this, because whoever controls this, boys and girls, that's who controls Star Trek. So I'm very interested in that. Right now, I'm totally checked out of Star Trek. It is complete garbage right now. And finally, I had to pull this up because this proves to me just how, yeah, I love you too, Lady V. This proves to me just how stupid Kevin Feige really is. Marvel boss warned Hugh Jackman not to return as Wolverine in Deadpool 3.
I just don't understand that position. I really don't. I mean, he carries it. Look, you talk about Marvel Universe.
Yeah.
Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, that's one of the characters you think about.
Right.
Captain America, Hugh Jackman, Wolverine. I mean, there's...
Right. You know. Exactly. Well, his whole thing was, it's almost like he was trying to derail what Ryan Reynolds was trying to achieve with it. If you understand what I'm saying, maybe Kevin Feige doesn't like the fact that he's about to be one up by Ryan Reynolds, dude.
I tell you what, they've been hitting at that, Hugh Jackman coming in as Wolverine for the first two, Deadpool movies, you knew that was going to happen.
Yeah.
They hinted around to it, so that's just a natural progression for that dude to sit there and tell Hugh Jackman, warn him
don't
not
do
to
this.
do
What he told him was, hey, the character had a great way out in Logan. We got rid of him. It was a heroic death, and you really shouldn't do another movie. That's what he was trying to sell him on. He's either an idiot or he doesn't want to get one-upped by Ryan Reynolds.
No, he's an idiot. I mean, that's in line with the rest of those idiots running Marvel and Disney, or whatever you want to call it, not being in tune with the character. The character is still alive and kicking. I mean, these are long-standing characters.
Yep.
And they have a huge following. I mean, Wolverine dead? Come on now.
Right. Yeah, well, you're right about this, Lady V. Hugh is Wolverine. Well,
he is.
They even say it. They even say it in the last trailer. If you saw it, the newest trailer, Ryan Reynolds looks at him and goes, "You were an X-Man. You were the X-Man," right? He says that in the friggin' trailer. So I mean, look, Feige's either retarded or he's trying to not to get one up, and both are going to happen. He's going to be proven to be retarded, and he's going to get one up, because I think that's the only movie that's got a shot. The only other one I could think of this year that might get $1 billion is the Joker Part 2. That might.
Well, I'll go see it. I'll definitely go see that one. The Joker was an interesting take on the character. Very dark. That's in line with DC, how they do things.
Right.
And I'll definitely check that out. But as long as they don't mess with the formula there in Deadpool and just add the Wolverine character, which is already antagonistic and just sour anyway.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's going to be a
beautiful partnership, man.
I'm looking forward to it. The first MCU movie in a long time that I've been looking forward to. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, boss, relax.
Yo.
He said it's earthquake time, bro. He said it's time to figure out why this chick can't put on her makeup.
He is all over the place, and these buildings are shoddy at best. I don't know who put those things together, but it's just incredible, man. I mean, look at that highway. Come on now. Come on.
Who's building this stuff, man? Did they build it over a lake? What
are they surveying it all, or are they just putting shit up? They just put it up, whatever. These buildings are just crumbling.
Oh, me. Maybe she is a man. That is why. Okay, got you.
Hell yeah.
Smeared lipstick is hilarious. Hell yeah, it is. All right, boys and girls. First one we've got under this one tonight is, Biden. He's the gem that keeps on giving, man.
Thing.
OnlyFans creator says she got blackpilled after Biden paid her to spread political propaganda. Now, if anybody knows about OnlyFans, this is basically a porn site. This is where chicks, show off their stuff for money. And
I'm so far behind the curve as far as porn goes. I mean, black-pilled fan, OnlyFans.
Yeah, she black-pilled means she was just totally turned off by the president and his association and everything. Wanting her to do political ads on OnlyFans. Yeah. It's just
how do you work that into the conversation?
Right? How do you do that? Yes, absolutely, man. Absolutely. It's freaking crazy.
Vote for Biden. How do I do that?
That's it, man. It's craziness. Oh shit. Porn, you say? Tim says.
His ears just went up, right?
Andrew Tate is looking really cool these days. Just saying. Oh my God. Okay. So next we got U.S. poised to ease restrictions on marijuana in historic shift, but it'll remain controlled substance.
I don't know why they just don't legalize it like tobacco, like alcohol, and create a whole new economy, put people to work. Honestly, tax it just like you do, liquor and freaking tobacco.
Well, a lot of people,
a whole new industry right there.
There's people that say, that the prison system is a for-profit enterprise, and if they stop getting people in there, then they're going to be having a problem, right?
Yep. That's big money. So
that's probably what's holding all this up. It's craziness, man. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
But
But
sticker in the cleavage. I mean, it really. I mean, how do you get that into the conversation?
there you go. But let's see what's next. 13-year-old boy killed, 4 others injured in sword rampage at London Underground Station. Yeah, this is another one that's just hard to understand why these people do this, and it happened shortly before 7 a.m. local time there. Stabbing rampage with a sword.
Stabbing with a sword?
With a sword. Yeah.
Wow.
This guy. Yeah. Say your prayers for those folks over there. That's just ridiculous. But then again, you know, one thing that I learned from meeting Christian in this get together we had in New Orleans, guys, you have got to get involved on your local level of governments. Don't let anything pass that you don't want passed. Make sure you get out and vote against stuff you don't want done.
Yeah, because once you get a foothold, it just
look, the things we worry about happening are happening in other places. They're happening in the UK. They're happening north of us in Canada. And look, hate speech is a big thing up there now. There's certain government restrictions they have that are just ridiculous, and they're talking about doing it here too. It's you got to keep your eyes on it, guys. You have to absolutely keep your eyes on it. Let's see what else we got here. Let me take a look at it, Dan. See if we got anything worth a damn. Oh yeah, this guy. Now this shocked me right here. This is from Us Weekly. I know I usually don't do anything from these paparazzi rags, but who is Rob Marciano? 5 things to know about the meteorologist fired from ABC. Now,
yeah, wasn't he on our lead up video, right?
Yeah, he was. I'm sorry about the thing refreshing here, guys. But Rob Marciano, I remember him being on the Good Morning America staff, and definitely on the weekends he was on there. And he's been remote for almost a year now. Well, apparently he's been fired. According to an April 30th report from Puck News, the weatherman who delivered forecasts for World News Tonight and Good Morning America Weekend Edition throughout his tenure was let go after multiple staffers had made complaints about Marciano's behavior over the years. Now, it doesn't say what kind of behavior, if it's,
inappropriate
sexual, inappropriate sexual behavior. This tends to make me think, oh boy, there he goes again with the special effects. The rain is falling down.
Oh no, tears
are falling. But I gotta say, this tends to make me think that it might be an anger management issue. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. Because they usually, if it's sexually inappropriate behavior, they usually say that. That way they're branded right away, and they don't get.
Well, if you say sexual, and this has been going on for, like they say, for years,
yeah.
Then you start looking at the network, say, hey, this complaint's been going on for years,
right? Why haven't you done anything about this?
You know what I'm saying? So, of course, you sweep it under the rug and don't ask, and nothing to see here. So,
right.
It wouldn't surprise me if it was in sexual in nature.
Yeah.
Please disperse. Nothing to see here. Please.
That's probably why.
That's one thing that they'll say that he was.
You read that article, and apparently back in I want to say it was May last year, right around this time last year, they barred him from the studio in Times Square because of something of this nature. Whatever it is. I mean, they're not giving details on it, but it's a behavior issue. Apparently.
I'll bet you money it's sexual in nature.
Yeah.
That's where my money's going. So, but we have to wait and see. Maybe we can follow the story and see if we can get anything else. Because
we'll find out.
We'll be.
Know what I mean? Know what I mean? Nuts, know what I mean? Say no more. Know what I mean?
Yeah, no doubt.
Okay, next one we got here. United Methodist Church lifts 40-year ban on LGBTQ clergy. The Methodists break the alphabet.
Well, I'll tell you what,
barrier.
It's not like the any religion, Catholic, Methodist. There is a shortage of people that are interested in following, a path.
Yeah.
And so, it's either close up shop or open it up to other people that have expressed an interest. And, that's all about keeping the business going because, religion is a big business as well. So.
Oh, yeah, it is. It's huge business, man. They make a lot of money.
When your pool of candidates is shrinking, then,
Yeah, that's not a good sign, is it? Let's see. Oh, Danny had a good comment on this one. Oh, shit. Here he goes. Yep. There you go, Lady V. He's got a ton of them. We had to laugh at this one. The Brave 600. Mexico sends 600 soldiers to the border.
A whole 600.
States amid spike in violence.
A whole 600. I pity those 600 guys that are going down there and girls, whatever. Because it's rough, man.
Unbelievable.
You need to add a couple zeros to that to make a dent,
Right. And what's going on down there? Absolutely. Oh my gosh. Let's see. Nah, I don't need that one. Oh yeah, here we go. Here's one that calls for another one of your favorite new reactions here, bud. Where is it? Yeah.
We should show that anytime they talk about spending money for this or that, and because it's not their money, they don't care.
Biden administration plans to drastically change federal rules on marijuana, which we just covered. Sorry about that, guys. We ended up with two of the same articles here. Oh, here it is. Boeing.
Planes, trains, and automobiles.
Yeah, planes, trains, and automobiles section here. Boeing whistleblower dies following a brief illness.
Do not be a whistleblower at Boeing.
Weeks after the suicide of another. Joshua Dean, 45, former quality auditor at Boeing supplier Spirit Aerosystems, alleged that managers failed to act on manufacturing defects in the 737 MAX, and now he is bye-bye.
Yeah, don't be a whistleblower at Boeing, man, because you go bye-bye. It must be Putin's like pet company or something like that.
Right? Oh my God. Oh my God, Pootie Tang. They can 600 they can ride into the Valley of Death.
What's up, man?
Oh my God. And we're still in the planes, trains, and automobiles. A man killed by train in Terre Haute.
There's very little on this article other than the fact that he was hit by a train and killed. They don't. This is the shortest article you'll ever read, but they don't give you any more facts than that. But yeah, I don't know if the guy falls asleep on or if he was in a vehicle. It just says that he was killed at 5:30 p.m. Saturday. Smack, crunch. He was the bug.
He was the bug on the windshield of the train.
There you go.
What in the hell, man?
Crunch.
Yikes. Look out. Next up, we got Walmart ground. Now, this is a public service announcement right here. Walmart ground beef recalled after possible E. coli contamination.
Oh, it sucks, bro.
Watch out, man. I know a lot of people buy their groceries at Walmart.
Is that ground beef?
Yeah, it's ground beef. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So, if anybody's buying ground beef from Walmart,
let me see if they've got the dates in here.
Does it say Best Buy date?
Items were produced April 26th and 27th, including product labels, 93% lean and 7% fat, all natural lean ground beef, and prime rib steak. Prime rib beef steak burger patties. So you see them there. The article is on Fox 35 Orlando, so check that out.
Yeah.
If you buy your meat at Walmart, watch it.
Look at the timestamp on our show here. You can refer back to it. It's right there.
Yep.
So.
Absolutely.
You know what? That's it. Exactly.
Yep. And next one we got is Biden's opens Obamacare to DACA recipients at a cost of $30 million. No, $300 million.
Hell yeah, spend that money. That's what I'm talking about.
Dude. Damn, that's crazy, man. That is crazy. I can't believe this, dude. Well, he's definitely playing to his base here. I'm sorry, I didn't see that. Didn't see it, man. He made the fireworks. I was a little late on that one. Oh, he's going again. Hang on. There we go. We got confetti this time, dude. You need to do that one for the. You should have done that for the Bruins video, man.
Sometimes when I do the peace signs, balloons come up. So I don't know.
Really, you never know what's going to happen.
Never know.
But yeah, man, that's crazy. Okay. Next one: vehicle crashes into White House, killing driver. Secret Service says no threat. Well, okay.
How is it?
It crashes into White House gate. I'm sorry.
Yes,
no threat.
Gate, but still, I mean, that doesn't happen every day.
I don't believe so.
You got to really work to get.
No threat.
You don't even know. I mean, that's another case of even if there was a threat, they're not going to let us. We can't handle it because we're the people. The people can't handle the truth, so they're not going to tell us anyway. So
right, it's another case of the government being meatheads, bro. That's all there is to it. Meatheads. You know what I'm saying?
There it is.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah. Okay. Next up, we got. Oh yeah, I can't believe they waited till now to do this.
Close the doors on Al Jazeera. Get out of here.
Israel orders Al Jazeera to close its local operations and seizes some of its equipment.
Yep. Yep.
Gee
Look,
whiz.
they're closing off, and I mean that region there is supposedly harboring, the Hamas leadership and wherever else.
Of course, they're going to shut down the propaganda.
That's probably where they have
right?
the freaking hostages. I mean,
right? Okay, and we got a couple more here, and apparently the richest man in the world, Warren Buffett, has sold a lot of Apple stock so far in 2024.
Well, if you read the article, he's selling off stock now to make that gain now because he is saying next year taxes are going to be going up. So it's better to sell off a bit of stock now and make that gain instead of having to pay taxes on it next year.
Wait. You telling me we're going to get more taxes next year?
Hell yeah, dude. I'm telling you, this guy right here knows his shit, man. So yeah, he's selling off stock. There's a reason, and he says it right in there that he believes the taxes are going to go up next year. So it's better to realize that sell off some stock and realize that instead of having to pay higher taxes on. You're not going to make any money on that anyway because you're going to be paying higher taxes. So
hey, look, when Warren Buffett talks, people listen. Kind of like E.F. Hutton, man. Yeah, that's a pretty rich dude. Okay, last one in the earthquakes tonight. Fourth law enforcement officer dies. 4 wounded serving warrant in East Charlotte home.
Yeah, that's a hell of a story right there. I don't know if you've
the cops got lit up like that. Wow.
Well, yeah,
man.
and there were several others that were wounded. 4 died. This guy, this article mentions he dies today. He was in critical condition, but and several others were whoever owned the house, whoever was in the house. Had a high-power rifle, and one of the neighbors said it was, take it for what it's worth, they said it sounded like Vietnam with all the gunfire going off. And there was at least 30 units there on site, tactical teams, snipers were on board. And this guy was plunking them off left and right. You want to be a cop?
This is what you're going to have to deal with. Well, Dan, look, let me tell you something. I saw enough in 3 years in the military, and in those 3 years, I probably did 4 months of patrol work the entire time as a military policeman. Yeah. And I saw enough doing that. Yeah. And anybody that's been in the military can tell you those places are tame. Yeah. Okay. The most you're going to have to do is, roust guys at a bar, and that's it. Yeah. I saw enough doing that to know I didn't want to be a civilian cop, man.
The guys and girls that put on the blue and go out there and protect our, our streets and our communities, they're at risk every day. They
deserve our respect, but I will acknowledge the fact that they're just like every other walk of life. There's assholes and there's good ones, but most of them sign up.
They're not infallible at all.
But most of them sign up to do the hero work. Most of them sign up to serve the public.
Can you imagine walking through that sludge every day and see the things they see?
Because they see humanity at its worst. They do. They absolutely do. They are basically the human garbage men of our society. Is what they are. So hats off to them. for
Yeah,
sure.
no doubt. No doubt.
Okay, next up we got a very popular portion of the program, started by my bro. Of course, hey, my bro comes up with great ideas. I'm a facilitator that makes them happen. And the newest one, I guess, we really need, there's two videos we need to use here. First of all, we got to announce it. Most
There
of the
it is.
time, it has to do with these guys spending our money. It's those people we send to represent us.
In good faith.
In good faith.
In good faith. They talk a great
to
game.
Make decisions for us.
Yeah, dude.
At the governmental level. Let's talk about the best and bright.
You could have picked a better video for this thing. That's awesome.
He wanted to do the best and brightest. I said, man, I got the perfect video. We'll just get the flying circus out there with the Twit of the Year award thing.
Twit of the Year.
Absolutely. Speaking of twits, and
bad story right here, man.
Now the headline doesn't include any twits, but Danny's going to fill you in on who the twits are. New York City firefighter 36 dies of a heart attack after being fired to pay for migrants, leaving his family with nothing.
Well, yeah, I mean, this is the local leadership there in New York City. Him and many other people have been laid off to free up funds to pay for Sanctuary City. And that's the promise they've made. So this is a longtime fireman, and he's a veteran, and he was actually on a desk job because.
Dan froze on me. He's on a desk job.
So I mean,
there you go. Okay, good.
Yeah,
you're back with me.
Last
thing we heard, he was on a desk job.
Yeah, and he's had heart condition, and but he's been with the fire department for a longest time, and he's just a number. People getting laid off and freeing money up, but when he found out he was going to get laid off, he had a heart attack and he died. And now his family's out. He didn't serve long enough to get a pension, and his wife and the kids are left behind with nothing. And but that money's going to go to
migrants,
sanctuary, blah blah blah. So there you go.
Texas Democrat Henry Cuellar and wife indicted over allegations of $600,000 worth of bribes from Azerbaijan. I don't even
Azerbaijani.
Azerbaijani.
Yeah, I mean, look, change the name, change the entity that they're getting.
Yeah, exactly. It's ridiculous, man. These things, people go into these offices and they're only making a certain amount of money, and then they come out rich. This is why, guys. This is why right here.
You can change that name and change the entity that they're getting the money from. That is an old story. Mm-hmm. The career politician is the cancer on our government, is the cancer in our country right now. That is just another career politician who's lining their pockets through bribes from whoever, not Americans. I mean, these are foreign interests trying to facilitate whatever they're trying to facilitate. And this guy's lining his pockets. He's supposed to be a civil servant, right?
Yeah.
These guys and girls get, they make millions. Selling us down the river, dude.
Yep. And the last one we got tonight is Rand Paul slams Biden McConnell for spending borrowed money on Ukraine aid. Yeah.
We talked about that earlier. The money we're spending, we're borrowing from China. They trillions of debt they bought from us. So we're indebted to China, and we're sending money to freaking Ukraine that we got to pay back to China. We being the American people. Yeah, them fuckers up there that are making these deals, they don't pay it back.
That's why I say it's money laundering, man. They're sending these aid packages to buy weapons from who? All these lobbyists lobbying for Raytheon and all those other companies that are supplying military hardware. I mean,
China sends hardware to Ukraine
over and over,
or to Russia, making money. They're buying our debt. They're getting money from us. We're sending arms to freaking Ukraine. It's a freaking twisted circle, and we get to pay for it.
Yep. And that, boys and girls, is the best and brightest. Yeah, I'm.
That's awesome, dude.
It is awesome, man. I love it.
It really is.
Because there aren't two bigger Monty Python fans than me and Dan. We used to stay up late to watch it on.
I remember,
MTV.
at the house parties we used to have, Monty Python, Holy Grail was always on in the background.
That's right.
Always.
All right, boys and girls. All right, boss, relax, man. You don't have to yell at me.
Yo, 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 yo.
Yo, 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 yo.
He told me to get the cup on, man. He told me to freaking get the pads out. Told me to get the mouthpiece in. He said it's time to turn out the light.
I have the utmost respect for Kurt Warner for going in there. I have the utmost respect for Kurt Warner for going in there.
I still don't understand how that man got out of that stadium not in cuffs.
That's a Kurt Warner from a different dimension we're seeing now, because that one right there,
he's dead.
He's into an alternate universe.
We already talked about that. It's from the 6th day. It's his clone. That's what it's
he got freaking destroyed, dude.
Oh my god.
That Kurt Warner, as we know it,
has ceased to exist. He has ceased to exist. Tears are falling on that old Kurt Warner. Oh my god. Okay. So, boys and girls, I decided to make this weekend section about Louisiana and what's going on here. First one, very interesting. This was sent to me by my buddy over in Alabama, close to where Danny is from. That Gulf Coast area, right around New Orleans, all that stuff. It's really close. There's like 3 states within an hour drive of each other.
Yeah.
And my good buddy Matt, Small Time Republic, sent me this one. I did not know about this until I read this article. Louisiana will form a new city of almost 100,000 people after battle made it to the state Supreme Court.
What's the name of it? St. George, or what's the name of this?
St. George, I believe, is what they're going to call it.
Yep.
And that, we got to see what the Supreme Court says, but it's a section of Baton Rouge.
Yep. Look, they follow the existing state constitution. They follow all the guidelines, and that's going to happen, dude.
Yep. It is totally amazing.
Yep.
And look, I'm all for it. These people have decided they don't want to be part of the violence and shit going on in Baton Rouge.
Yep.
And this is the money players in Baton Rouge and where they live. They want to split off from that city and make their own municipality. And if I got a feeling if something like that happens, man, you remember the story we did a while back about Cook County up in New York, or excuse me, Chicago, or Illinois? You remember that story?
Many stories we've done about Illinois.
But there was a story we did about a county where I think it was an SJW winner, where the guy was fleeing police and he drove into the next county.
Oh, yes. And he got thrown
and he got the book thrown at him.
He said, no,
right?
You crossed over.
That's what I can imagine happening if they get this done. Their rented lips municipalities police force will probably act the same way. Throw
I'll
the
tell you what will happen is, if it's the money players there in Baton Rouge forming their own city, that means that money's going to consolidate even more to the money players.
Right.
I mean, and the surrounding Baton Rouge is going to get even more impoverished.
Yes.
And even more violent.
Yes.
What'll happen?
Yes. And that's the state capital, boys.
Those money programs, that money that will go to these other programs will not go there anymore. They'll stay right there in that little city.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
There you go.
It's going to be interesting. We're going to have to keep an eye on that one.
Yep.
The other one I wanted to talk about was 50 Cent is making the national news now, man. I got 2 different headlines with him. 50
Yeah.
Cent becomes latest actor to open film studio outside of Los Angeles, and he's doing it right here, right
Look,
across
I'm
the river
really
from us.
praying that's a legit thing, that he really wants to be successful there, because if you talk about, a state that needs good things now,
Right.
guarantee you he's getting corporate subsidies, because Louisiana is all about that.
That's true. But one thing that's pointed out in this article right here, and the headline is 50 Cent denies he'll deliver more broken promises to Shreveport. And what this article details in all hip hop is that in the past, the different things that they've wanted to do in this area was using other people's money.
Yeah.
Plans using other people's money.
Yeah.
That's not the case here. He's using his own money to do this. So
Well, I hope he's successful, because
I hope he is too.
good things that happen in Shreveport happen to our home in Bossier, right across the river. So, and it helps, in northern Louisiana. They need some good things up there.
Yeah, they do.
They just
Yeah,
really
they do.
do. People deserve things up there. It's hardworking people, and they deserve good things. And I hope he's legit up and up on what his venture is going to be, and hopefully he's successful.
Well, you know me, I'm Mr. Glass half full. You're my buddy until you give me a reason not to. And this guy has given me no reason to not to so far. So more power to him. I hope it works out, because look, Dan, the lack of jobs over there is making that place go the way of most urban places like Detroit and Chicago. They've lost jobs, and it's getting more violent over there, and it's starting to bleed on this side of the river. And nobody over here in
Can't help it. I mean, it's going to bleed over. I mean, it's not like they're 100 miles away. I mean, they're just right across the river.
Yeah. Okay, so boys and girls, it is time for that special award given out every week. It's usually to a person, sometimes to an organization, could be an entire municipality or country. It's a Simple Jack Award winner. And this week, this award is going to Danny wanted me to make it the rock and roll edition, but I just couldn't bring myself to do it. But it's something else. This one right here is kind of going to break your heart.
This is a rock and roll edition. I mean, it really is a Simple Jack Award winner. And unfortunately, this young lady really got injured. Rock and roll concert, and it's a punk band from I believe they're from Australia. But anyway, the guy decided to do some crowd surfing. The lead singer for the band decided to do some crowd surfing, and he jumps out in the crowd, and she happened to be standing right there, and it lands on her, breaks her neck, and she had pretty extensive surgery. Good news is she's getting use of her hands, and it's the fine motor skills that only time will tell if she gets that fine motor skills back. But she's hopefully she's on the mend. But this guy decided to, I guess this venue did not authorize crowd surfing, and so the lead singer decided to go full retard, because he probably was wiped out anyway, and do a little crowd surfing, and nobody was ready for that, and he went full retard on a rock and roll scale and broke this young lady's neck. And that's all I have to say about that.
Never go full retard. Never go full retard. Never go full.
Oh my God, I didn't know that part of it, man. Yeah, that guy screwed up. He shouldn't have done that. If they're not down with it, you should.
Can you imagine just hanging out, enjoying a drink at Crunch?
Right. Oh my God, man. Okay. Well, listen. Let me respond to one of our comments here. Ariel, it's good to see you're doing better, young lady. Definitely glad to see you're doing better. But yeah, that's a shame that happened to that girl. Yeah, if they have, well, that they told them beforehand that they didn't want that going on. So,
sure.
Yeah, that guy's in trouble. He's in trouble.
But you know what? The article goes on to say that the band followed her in the ambulance, was right there, as much as they could be, by her bedside throughout the whole thing, because they were really contrite about that. Obviously, that's not what they wanted. But
right,
look, if you're not authorized to do that shit, you just can't do it, because if nobody's paying attention, they're not expecting that.
Yeah,
like getting a piano dropped on you, right?
Right. Yeah.
So we'll say a prayer for her. Hopefully, she gets
most definitely
mend all the way. So
yep. Rock and roll edition.
Rock and roll edition, bro.
Winner.
Never go full retard. Never go full retard. Never go full retard.
He went
and they did. On a rock and roll scale.
On a rock and roll scale. That's just a
That they
huge
did.
scale. Huge. Tracks of
Awesome.
land.
Huge tracts of land. Well, you know Ariel's got huge tracts of land. You know that.
Okay, she puts them on display every time she chimes in too. Huge tracks of land.
Yes. Yes, she does. Okay, boys and girls. Well, listen, I want to thank you guys for being here. Let's take a look at what's going on with the channel for this week before we get out of here. Of course, you know you're watching the Brothers Hack the Matrix. We do this every Sunday night at 5 p.m. Central Time. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Good to see so many people showing up. You guys spread the word, like, share, and subscribe. You bitches, like my brother says.
Like and subscribe, bitches.
And yeah, look forward to this every Sunday at 5 p.m. Central Time right here. And then, of course, tomorrow morning, they're not going to have a Military Monday show on Pop Culture Minefield. Gary's busy, so we're not going to be able to do that. Next time you'll see me is at 3 p.m. Central Time on Monday Nitrous, talking some wrestling with my good friend from across the pond, Ryan Rogers of Thay. So check that out on his channel. And then coming your way on That 70s Rock Fans channel, it's going to be the history of British heavy metal on It's Only Talk and Roll at 4 p.m. Central Time tomorrow. Bands like Def Leppard and Saxon, stuff, some stuff you're definitely going to dig if you're into metal. Come check it out at 4 p.m. Central Time on That 70s Rock Fans channel. And then, of course, I start my streaming week on Tuesday with Papa Joe Gamer After Dark, video games, cocktails, and fails. And I'm going to be playing Red Dead Redemption 2 this Tuesday night at 10 p.m. Central Time. Red Dead Redemption 2. It's a really good Western game. And then don't forget on Wednesday night at 10 p.m. Central Time, I'll continue my walkthrough of Mass Effect. I think it's part 5 I'm doing this week. So come check that out. You know, I play video games at 10 p.m. Central Time on Tuesdays and Wednesdays on Papa Joe Gamer After Dark. And then Wednesday at 5:30 p.m. Central Time, you come check out State of the Atmosphere. That's my pop culture show during the week. My good friend Knock and Das Wolfen and Matt, Small Time Republic. Das Wolfen. And Jed, I like to come over and talk about everything from comic books to movies to streaming shows, all kinds of stuff. So come check that out. We'll definitely be talking some Fall Guy this week for those that saw it, and I'll give a more detailed review. So come check that out every Wednesday at 5:30 p.m. Central Time. And then at 8 p.m. Central Time this week, I'll be on my good friend Christian DeLorme's channel, Vinyl Revival, talking about the only band my brother and I have seen together, and we've done it twice. 38 Special. Yeah.
What a catalog they have.
Yeah, we're going to be talking about them at 8 p.m. Central Time over on Rumble on Christian DeLorme's Vinyl Revival. So check that out over on Rumble at 8 p.m. Central Time on Wednesday. And if you haven't watched it yet, go check out the wrap-up I did about our trip to New Orleans. That's me and Christian there. We met up in New Orleans earlier this week. So if you didn't see that, go check that out. Watch the replay on my channel. And then, of course, that brings us to Friday, and I'll be sketching The Privateer, working on more artwork for the comic book every Friday at 1 p.m. Central Time. Going to be wrapping up the family portrait this week, and I'll be starting the ink work on it. So you guys come check that out definitely at 1 p.m. Central Time on Friday. And then Friday night at 8 p.m. Central Time, it's gaming night with John Das Wolfen on Pop Culture Minefield's channel. Go check that out for sure. He's doing the entire Walking Dead Telltale series. Anything else you want to let them know before we get out of here, Dan?
No, I'm good. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Like and subscribe. And again, really appreciate everybody taking time out of their day to join us and have a little fun.
Yeah, for sure, man. And listen, you guys, you take care of yourselves. Follow us on Rumble. Follow us on YouTube. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And until we see you again, I want you guys to keep on keeping on. God bless.